Hey. Now, I know I haven't been uploading much. All right, it's been like 4 days, but I got a couple challenge runs going. I got a big Xenoblade X video I'm working on. So, although the content is dry right now, I got some stuff planned. I just need to find time to do it. I've been working a lot. But I was thinking about Xenoblade lately, shocker, and I realized in Xenoblade 3, every like main party member, I guess, main character from Xenoblade 1 and 2 have some type of descendant or reference or something to them in Xenoblade 3 or Future Redeemed, except Mòrag. Okay, what happened to Mòrag? We know for Xenoblade 1, Shulk, he's literally in the game, as well as Nicole is his and presumably Fiora's kid, so that takes care of her as well. Melly is in the game. For Ricky, we have Riku. I know Riku is related to Nene, who is also, or not Nene, Kino, who is related to Ricky. Charla and presumably Ryan had Panacea, so that takes care of them. Dunban, I guess Ashura and Shulk are kind of the reference to Dunban, since Ashura has a lot of the same art names that Dunban has, and even Shulk's Monado Buster is the animation for Blossom Dance. So that takes care of the whole Xenoblade 1 side. Xenoblade 2, obviously Rex is there. We have Glimmer for Pyra. Still no Mithra Kid, but that's not what we're talking about. And no, it's not fucking Dirk. I'm tired of that. We have literally Nia in the game, and then Mio, who is presumably Nia's kid. Zeke, we have Linka, who is Zeke and Pandy's kid, most likely. But we don't really have anything for Mòrag. Torna. Poppy's there, so there's Torna, but Mòrag's the only one without anything. Rex kind of has the same like attacking animation in Future Redeemed that Mòrag has when she's wielding dual swords, or at least her whip swords with Brigid. But other than that, she doesn't really have anything. Now, normally the first thing your mind would go to is Senna, since, Senna looks and reminds you a lot of Brigid, and Brigid was Mòrag's blade. But let's be real, Brigid and Mòrag, that wouldn't work out. You wouldn't have Senna. So somehow Senna is related to Brigid, but not through Mòrag. So I don't know what that whole thing is about. Maybe that's just a blade thing, that they have fiery blue hair, even though we've only seen Brigid and Senna with it. I'm not trying to say anything, but Brigid and Mòrag having Senna doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So what happened to Mòrag? Why doesn't she have any representation other than the whole Rex thing in Xenoblade 3? Unless I'm somehow missing it, nothing comes to mind for Mòrag at all. What happened to Mòrag? And now that I'm thinking about it, this is going into like headcanon fanfic territory. If Senna is related to Brigid, then who did Brigid have Senna with? And maybe it was Niall. Now, I know that sounds weird, but maybe Mòrag, something happened to Mòrag. She died early, or something happened to Mòrag. So, well, that doesn't make sense now, because I'll say then Brigid would have been awakened by Niall as his blade. But after Xenoblade 2 happened, Klaus did away with the whole core crystal thing, so now blades are like their own entity and they don't need drivers to awaken them. Mòrag died, so the closest thing to her was Niall, since even though they were cousins, he was like a brother to Mòrag. But that would be like, wouldn't that make both of them uncomfortable? Is like, you're my sister's blade, not sister, but sister's blade, or as some people like to think, love interest. So that would just be kind of weird. But I guess it kind of makes sense, since Senna does have a very similar hair color and hair like shape to Niall. So I mean, I guess that's the closest thing I can think of, and that's Mòrag's like reference to Xenoblade 3 is through Niall, since her and Niall are related. So therefore, and Bridget was her blade, so therefore that's like double the Mòrag reference. I don't know. All right, this is getting confusing and kind of weird. But yeah, I just wanted to spawn some discussion on what happened to Mòrag's representation in Xenoblade 3, since she was a very important part of the story in Xenoblade 2. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, all right? Although I don't believe the whole Bridget Niall thing, I mean, I guess it makes the most sense out of everything we have. If, you know, that's assuming if Senna is related to Bridget, then Niall would be like the closest thing that I can think of, first thing to think of that makes the most sense. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. All right, I got some big videos coming, so don't worry about those. But yeah, that's really about it. So see you next mission and play some goddamn Xenoblade.